Hi friends, welcome to the music discovery journey where I catch up on all the music that I've missed out on over the years and I share it on this channel here with you, or at least all the good finds. Please like and subscribe if you like the sound of that. Also, everyone say hi to Paul the Girl Cat in the comments. She's my little sidekick. It's Marko's birthday today on the day of recording. This is the 14th of January. And Marko is celebrating a big birthday. So in tribute to Marko, I wanted to react to one of his pieces or something that he's involved in. Now, this is a really nice one because it's a duet with Tarja. They are both former members of Nightwish, played a huge part in Nightwish over the years. Tarja has since been doing solo stuff for 20 years. And Marko has more recently been doing solo stuff. Both their work is incredible. Their vocal performances are great. Everything about them, I can't fault them. This one is called Left on Mars. We're going to be watching it through twice. We'll watch it all the way through once without stopping. I might speak over and make some observations over the music, but I will try not to interrupt as such. And then the second time we will start and stop and I'll break down the lyrics and what I think of the song, how I'm feeling, sounds, interpreting the lyrics, all of that kind of stuff. So let's have a look. It's 5 minutes and 6. Left on Mars. Let's go. Oh, we're in a desert? No, we're on Mars. We're on Mars, I think. Nice. Sounds kind of despair. Nice guitar. That's Mars.
There was a child climbing a hill on a winter's night. Face up to space above and taken by the sight. Time slowed down under the blessing of the skies, of dying stars and their billion years of life.
Ooh, nice. Feels extraterrestrially. stop.
And I choose the mercy of your heart. I'm just looking for a home. Just looking for a home. And together we'll find home. Alone together, left on Mars.
Oh. That was beautiful. I wasn't expecting it to be emotional at the end. It's like they found each other and they brought comfort to each other. Feeling like you don't belong or that you've been alienated by others or pushed out or just don't know where you're going in life, losing your way, feeling like you belong somewhere else. I'm better left on Mars. And the fact that from Tarja's perspective, she's come in and guided him to safety. Together we'll find home. You still believe in me? Oh, it was so beautiful. I wasn't expecting it to be emotional. Oh, 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 fantastic. The vocals were incredible. The music, the instruments. I'll go into it in more detail when we go through our second listen, but they were really appropriately sounding. At times it sounded like the feeling was really in that guitar and even the theme, like an outer space extraterrestrial sound towards the end in that instrumental break. I loved how it kind of had a bit of an 80s vibe to it as well, even though it's only been released like in the last year or two. 1 year ago. 3 million views as well. Wow, that's incredible. And it deserves every single one and then some. I will like this. Oh my God, that got me so unexpectedly. Okay. We are going to watch it all the way through again, but I will start and stop as we go. Oh my God. Beautiful. Stunning. Okay, so we're setting the scene. We are on Mars. We're not in a random desert, although to film this, maybe they filmed it on a desert in a canyon somewhere like that to get a feel for Mars. They couldn't go all the way to Mars to film for obvious reasons. Too far away, too expensive, dangerous, among many other reasons. Okay, so we swim across the desert. Heavy guitars. Oh. A bit of calm before the verse. Nice bit of bass there. Just want to talk about that intro. It comes at you hard. It gives the vibe of a lone ranger, a lone wolf, someone who's kind of feels isolated but is maybe fine with it at the moment. Not content. I was going to say content, but just like, I am a lone ranger. And I acknowledge that kind of feeling, rather than I'm a lone ranger and I'm happy about that or I'm comforted by that. Just I'm a Lone Ranger. That's what the guitars make it feel like. I think. Anyway, and I like the way it kind of calms a bit before the verse, and the bass is a real nice detail that's like, I don't know, it just adds that little bit of flair to it too. It's very cool. We've set the scene.
There was a child climbing a hill on a winter's night, face up to space above and taken by the sight. Time slowed down under the blessing of the skies, of dying stars and their billion years of life. Billion years of life.
I really like how when he says billion years of light the second time, it's not at a point where I would come in. It doesn't leave enough. It doesn't leave a pause in the way that I assumed it might, which is also kind of a really nice detail. Like it's cool the way it does that. It's unpredictable. I think that's nice when it's unpredictable and you're like, oh, that's a different time. If I were to try and replicate that now after hearing it twice, I'd probably still come in at the wrong time if I was singing along. And I like that. It keeps you on your toes, and it's a nice detail that is unpredictable. There was a child climbing a hill on a winter's night, face up to space above and taken by the sight. So he's looking up at the sky. Time slowed down under the blessing of the skies. So in his reflection, in his looking at his awe, perhaps felt like time slowed down. Blessing of the skies of dying stars and their billion years of light. That can symbolize a lot of things. Billion years of light after being cheerful for a long time. They're dying, or showing that there can be destruction even with the light. There could be completely different interpretations of that. I'd be interested to see what people think in the comments. But I don't want to see that billion years of light repetition again, because it's a really nice time that it comes in that is just like, oh right, there it is.
Skies of dying stars and their billion years of life.
Oh, also the vocal. Oh,
Billion years of life.
I would pause far too long to come in. I love his elongation of the word light, but also just because he's saying billion years of light, it's reiterating that is a long time. And his vocal, the way he does the vocal, the sound is so nice. It's really satisfying, that. And then we've got a little bit of a cool guitar and drums.
Billion years of life.
I flew across the void of space in a waking dream. Astride a fusion flame, I'm finally redeemed. To find the wonders that transcend the bounds of time. To hear the heavens sing and reach the other side.
Do you know that my heart still holds courage? No.
We will go through the chorus properly in a second, but just focus on Tarja's verse here. With Marko coming in for the harmonies, that's really nice too. I love that. I flew across the void of space in a waking dream. Astride a fusion flame, I'm finally redeemed. To find the wonders that transcend the bounds of time. To hear the heavens sing and reach the other side. She's found something good. Perhaps she's found Marko. Their paths meet again. I flew across the void of space in a waking dream. Perhaps, I mean, it says I'm finally redeemed. Something good has happened. Something good has come from this, even though it's from a dark place. They were in a dark place, which you could say that for the actual situation that happened with them. But it's also just a really nice message of finding light in times of dark, overcoming depression, finding hope and inner strength, or through others, support from others, which is what it feels like. Tarja has come through this song to be like, I am your help, I am your support, but also they are supporting each other. It's not a one-sided thing, but help in that form can really pull us out of a rough time, right? Sometimes we can't help ourselves. We struggle without any help from others. And it's nice to have that support from someone, say, hey, I'm here and I'm going to help you get out of this. So that's what it feels like, to find the wonders that transcend the bounds of time. Wonders like this meeting of two people, perhaps, to hear the heavens sing and reach the other side. So there is hope, there is a voice, and they are following its guidance.
Finally redeemed, to find the wonders that transcend the bounds of time, to hear the heavens sing and reach the other side.
Do you know my heart still holds the rage? No, and I've turned page after page. I never chose to be an alien. No, I'm just looking for a home.
I'm just looking for a home.
I'm just looking for a home. I know I'm better left on Mars.
Oh, it's quite ethereal.
I see the
So that feels spacey as well. That feels kind of extraterrestrial. Do you know that my heart still holds the rage? No. There's rage, there's depression, there's darkness there. I've turned page after page, trying to find himself, trying to find answers, trying to look for better things, trying to look for a solution. I never chose to be an alien. No, that's really rough. I don't want to feel like I've been isolated. I don't want to feel weird, out of place. Could also point towards his struggles with neurodivergence and the answers that he couldn't find for so long that he now has, which finds comfort and relief, but it's still very difficult to deal with. I myself have struggled with that. You know, when you get a diagnosis, that's not all your problems gone. It's that reflecting and that grief that you think about of years gone by where you didn't know the answers and you wish you had, because if you did, you would be less frustrated with the world and feel a bit more understanding of why you feel out of place. This as well, feeling out of place. I never chose to be an alien. I never chose to feel out of place. But here I am. And I'm just looking for a home. I just want to find safety and comfort in someone or somewhere or something. And that's really powerful. And then saying, I know I'm better left on Mars. Like I might as well not be here. I might as well be on Mars, because I don't fit in here and I don't feel safe here. And I don't feel like I can be part of all of this because I don't fit in. Oh, it just, I can relate to that so much.
I'm just looking for a home.
I'm just looking for a home. I know I'm better
Tarja
left
too.
on Mars.
Love this musical her.
see the star that gave us life in the rusted sky.
The hills turn crimson as I take your hand in mine.
I always thought this place was safe, and I was wrong.
You chose to cross the void for me. I was made strong. Do you know that my heart still holds courage? Oh, and I've turned page after page. I never chose to be an alien. No, I'm just looking for a home. I know I'm better left on Mars.
Before we get to this cool little guitar solo instrumental break, Tarja too, by the way, Tarja must have felt extremely isolated back in 2005 when she was asked to leave Nightwish. She was ejected from the band, and so much has happened since then. Thankfully, they're on much better terms, but that rawness of it all, I know it upset a lot of people. A lot of people were upset before and after. And I see both sides. I do see both sides. And I obviously, with any situation, things could have been done better. But you know what? We can't control that. And we weren't there. Only they were there, and they know what happened, and they made the choice of how they dealt with things. And I would never judge anyone for doing what anyone did if they have reasons to do it. We're all different. We do things differently. I can't expect people to be like me. And sometimes hindsight is a great thing, knowing how it might have affected people, or knowing the destruction or, you know, the effects it might have had. Perhaps people would do things differently knowing how it goes, but we don't always know how the future goes. So I think it's sad that there are a lot of people that are really angry or still hold anger in certain ways, how they deal with their frustrations with it, and can be quite closed off. But again, like I just said, I can't control how people react. I can only control me and how I react and what I do and how I think about it. And, you know, I just like to try and stay respectful, but keep an open mind and try not to take sides and see where people are coming from. I think that's a really good way of understanding other humans, in trying to understand their thought process and why they might have done something, even if that isn't what I would have done, you know? But yeah, Tarja has also been through moments or periods, not moments because that seems too fleeting, but long periods of feeling isolated and losing trust and wondering what happened. So it applies to them both in so many ways, but those are two ways with Marko's neurodivergence, and also struggling with towards the end of his period with Nightwish, not understanding himself, not having as many answers at that point, and then Tarja with being ejected. They both had periods of isolation and periods where they didn't understand things, perhaps. I never chose to be an alien, but I find myself here and I'm just looking for a home. I want safety. So that, yeah, it's such a poignant and powerful song for them both. I see the star that gave us life in the rusted sky. The rusted sky suggests like this old, decrepit or, you know, faded place, darkness. But there was a star that gave us life. So there was a sign of hope, a bright star that you can hold on to. The hills turn crimson as I take your hand in mine. That's nice. A bonding of people. I always thought this place was safe and I was wrong. You chose to cross the void for me. I was made strong. Yeah, there we go again. It's so precious. It's this pulling someone back to safety in dire times, and they've both found strength in that. Oh, it's so nice. It's so wholesome, especially with what they've been through together and with Nightwish as well and Alone. It's just so powerful and really nice. And then back to the chorus, which is great. I'm just looking for a home. They repeated that in the first chorus, but this time they go straight to I know I'm better left on Mars. I like that structure, where they might be reiterating something on one part and then going straight through in the other, because we already know what it says there. And then this fine instrumental break.
I'm better left on Mars.
Definitely spacey. Keys 80s sounding here. This sounds quite dramatic, almost Doom-like, but perhaps it's more powerful. Those backing vocals are gorgeous. Yes.
Alone together, left on Mars.
Oh. Oh. That was so nice. I was still crying. Oh my god. It's just so nice. It's such a happy ending. So after that wonderful instrumental break, great guitar solo, piano, do you call it a keyboard? Details. That sounded quite cool. And then so we do the chorus, and then we do what sounds like the chorus, but it's changed all the words. So, do you know that my heart still holds the rage? No. And I've turned page after page. I never chose to be an alien. No, I'm just looking for a home. Obviously, that's the chorus. But then they spin it to having found a place, acknowledging that they found someone who brings comfort. I think you know that my heart still holds the rage. No. But you still believe in me. It gives me every time. So powerful. That's so relieving when someone believes in you and they won't give up on you, and they're here and they show you that with their actions, not just their words. And I choose the mercy of your heart. I choose you. I'm just looking for a home. They're both just looking for a home. There together we'll find home. Alone together, left on Mars. We may feel like outsiders, we may feel like aliens, but you know, we can feel that together. And there is so much power and comfort in that. Oh, it's so beautiful. What a song. That's my first reaction of the day, and I'm crying. I don't want to mess up my makeup, but worth it for Marko and Tarja. Anyway, happy birthday to Marko. Even though this people might be watching this video another day, but everyone say happy birthday, Marko, in the comments if you got this far, or even if you didn't. Thank you so much to everyone who has watched this. I really appreciate all the support. We have nearly 30,000 subscribers. I couldn't do that without the support of people commenting in the videos, boosting the videos, sharing, liking, subscribing. Thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart. I am so grateful. Thank you. I value every single one of you. Your time is precious. You can't get that refunded. 32 minutes. I need to stop. I need to stop wasting your time. Thank you to our Patreon supporters. Everyone who joins can see all my blocked videos on YouTube. That's free. And then you can also join as a paid member. A supporter is £1. There's also premium and VIP memberships where you get some early access things and some things that you won't see anywhere else, exclusives. But there's no pressure to join. That is just an incentive, and just if you wanted to, there's the option. But no pressure. Thank you so much for being here. I truly mean that you are valuable to me without having to spend a penny. Just being here is so much effort. So thank you, and I will see you for another one very soon. From myself and Paul the girl cat. She was supposed to wake up and wave to you all, but she didn't get a cue. Anyway, take care. See you soon. Bye bye.